This is a self-isolation chat with Tyler Glenn of Neon Trees. I see that you are also wearing your best quarantine fashion. You look nice and comfy.
Yeah, I got a Neon Trees hoodie on, and we're. I like changing up the hoodies daily so that I still feel like a human being.
Yeah, like this is a totally different hoodie and sweatpants than I wore yesterday. Right, exactly. Yeah, me, on the other hand, I've worn this bathrobe for probably about 2 days straight, 3 days straight.
It's fashionable though. It's a good vibe. I like the pattern.
Yeah, it's like the nice, comfy vibe. I just don't even know what day it is anymore. So
yeah, I was surprised that it was legitimately Thursday. I really
okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's Thursday.
Well, you've had a rougher time than most. You know, obviously with the Salt Lake earthquake yesterday. Are you like in your place now? Are you cool?
I got back. Yeah, I got back about an hour ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I woke up to. So I live in kind of it's like a pretty tall tower in the middle of downtown Salt Lake, and it's not a fun place to be when the earth is shaking to that magnitude. Like, it was horrifying. And my mind, I am a Californian, like I was raised all my youth there, but my mind doesn't go to earthquake in Utah. Like I thought a bomb or civil unrest, and I know I don't even mean to make light of that. It was more just like I literally thought, because the building was swaying, there was bits of explosion, some glass, like it was just like not cool. Luckily we're all safe. Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad to be back. There's a little cracks here and there. But I think the trippy part was once we all got outside, we're like, oh, wait, we can't be near each other. Like, we got reminded.
Yeah, right.
And all be waiting, near each other. Because the coronavirus, what's funny, it doesn't have office hours. It doesn't, like, take off when there's a...
so inconsiderate, right? It's so
inconsiderate. It works the weekends. So it's like around still. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. What a strange situation to be in. Speaking of strange situations, 2020 was going to be like this big year where you guys had all these shows coming up, and now those are sort of hanging in the balance. Is there anything that you guys are thinking about doing if those concerts don't go on? Have you guys discussed virtual concerts? I'm sure you have. Like, what kind of plans do you have for that stuff?
We're open-minded right now to audibles, and I think like a lot of artists, we're taking it week by week, even day to day,
hour by hour. My God.
Hour by hour, yeah. And what's helping me in this whole thing is like, we're all in kind of we really are experiencing this together, and it helps me. I don't like to use sadness as like a misery moment to feel comfortable, but we are kind of all in this figuring it out together. And I will be honest, it's scary. I think a lot of fans and people outside the industry don't understand that like not every one of your artists that you love are set for life. You know what I'm saying? And we're very much, we're not maybe a month to month, but we're definitely like 6 to 8 months. And we plan a year to promote a record and have festivals and shows and college shows and corporate shows to have checks. And when that all kind of disappears, for all the reasons why I understand, but it becomes really scary. So, our record is done, and it was going to come out in May, and we're kind of now figuring it out. I think like everybody, I'm happy that we got music out before this whole thing happened. And it's so, as much as like, it's so valid to feel kind of like scared and turned upside down. Everyone's allowed to feel that way. I'm kind of like not sitting in that right now. It's interesting how I'm responding more to like, what can I do now? Like I'm doing way more Instagram stories than I ever usually do, because everyone's sort of stuck in and wants to be connected. And I'm finding joy in the connectivity of social media again, which is cool. Yeah. It's not as petty as it was a month ago or 2 months ago, It's right. So that's cool. I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah. And the social media thing is interesting. Yes, your Instagram stories, by the way, are ridiculous. They make me laugh. But it's that essence of we can't actually like see our friend in the grocery store and give them a hug. So like we can connect through these channels, which it gives it social media a new purpose that isn't just your uncle sharing like stupid memes,
It's true. Yeah, it feels like we're not just showing the promotion part or the like glam part of it all. We're like actually forced to be like, hey, we're all in hoodies. It doesn't matter how famous or successful or what band you're in or whatever. We're kind of all doing this. So
yeah,
I like that in a way for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned the album kind of was on track to come out in May, and obviously everything's sort of uncertain. It's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because at one place you're like, well, everybody's really sad. They could probably use new music because we're probably going to be consuming more of that now that we're at home all the time. But then also, well, is it the right time to put it out? There's a lot to balance on that. Have you guys talked about that portion of it all as well?
Yeah, we definitely have. I mean, as we were talking about, like it for a moment it was hour by hour last week, and I knew as this all was happening around the world, I could, and not that I just was paying attention and kind of figured this is going to be longer than we're all thinking, and I'm stoked that festivals are being responsible and venues are being responsible. I'm also considerate to the fact that these venues survive on us playing in them. So it's all scary for the whole industry. And I think, we're very open-minded to the idea that, like, maybe now is the time to put out music because everyone's sort of held captive and wanting something new and fresh all the time. So, at the same time you said it, like, and you of all people know probably, you have a promotional schedule out for a year around a record, and you work so hard as a team to set it up. And sometimes I like taking risks. I think a lot of risks pay off. So I like the idea of throwing things out there. So we're definitely considering at least putting out more songs than we planned to before the album release and things like that. So
cool. A lot of people have mentioned the best way to kind of help your favorite artists, your favorite bands right now, is to go to the website, buy merch, buy albums. What would you recommend to somebody who loves their band, and maybe it's a band that is starting out and is month to month paycheck? Like, what's a good way you could support them besides that?
Yeah, I would just I'd be considerate to the fact that just because you love their art and their music doesn't mean that they're doing it for free. It's, to me, I always feel weird. Like, a lot of people are, hey, tip me if you can on my Cash App, or tip me when I do these Instagram lives. And I feel weird doing that. But I think artists have the right to. I think the gig industry has the right to ask, because we do already honestly give so much of ourselves. And the industry is so slanted in a way these days.
Don't touch your face.
With streaming. What? I know.
I said, don't touch your face.
Here's the thing is, I'm very sanitized, and I haven't left. So I do know the air that I. But isn't it crazy how without even knowing how many times we touch our face? I know.
Totally. Sorry. Continue.
But, no, I need to be called out. I have no one to talk to, so I need to be told what I'm doing.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I just think people shouldn't feel shame right now to be honest and transparent. Like, I don't like to be like, hey, you coming to my show, pays for whatever in my life, because that's not fun, and that's not honestly why my first thing that I think of when I write a song. But I don't think we should be afraid to be real and say, next month might be tough. And
we need help.
Yeah, and I'm also considerate to I'm a proud member of the LGBTQ community, and a lot of drag queens, a lot of artists that just show up to venues to perform and collect cash tips. Those people have no jobs, and they're already marginalized and already kind of figuring it out day to day. So I'm considerate that I have a house. Yes, the earthquake happened yesterday. I'm glad I still have it, but I have, and I'm set for the next little while. But I would just urge fans to be patient, and we're not trying to do this to piss you off. I think people know that by now, but we're just right. I'm, as someone that is a social creature like most humans, I'm definitely jonesing to get out and sing. And I'm loving that artists are using social media in a less self-aggrandizing way and just wanting to play in their living rooms. I think it's really sweet.
And just connect. Yeah. I will say this. I just read this in Milwaukee. They have a chain here that I don't know if they have everywhere. Hamburger Mary's.
Yeah.
They are actually doing drag queen deliveries. And so you can order it, and then I think it's like an $8 extra fee or whatever, but that $8 goes towards them and their performance when they drop off your food or whatever. So I was like, that's a cool way for them to still do what they do.
The queen will show up and drop food off.
Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous. We need that in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Really smart.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate the time. I mean, what were the two of us going to do anyways, right? No, I'm kidding.
I'm actually really looking forward to this. So.
Oh my God, there's someone to talk to. We'll end it on something fun. What has your favorite quarantine snack been?
I've been eating an exorbitant amount of tacos, but
okay. Yeah.
Stocked up on the Beyond Meat.
Yes.
I like to lean plant-based as much as I can. I still eat meat sometimes, but so I've just been making a lot of tacos and experimenting on flavor profiles of tacos. Look, I'm stoked. We're all gonna get a little thick in this quarantine. We're all gonna be well fed.
Then everyone's gonna like, it's okay. It's okay. You look good. Yeah. You're exactly. You're alive. It's fine.
That's right.
Chubbier, right?
That's right.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much for the time. I totally appreciate it. We do look forward to seeing you in Milwaukee whenever that is. But in the meantime, take care and stay safe. And stop touching your face.
My beard. I'll shave.
Awesome. So good to see you. Take care, okay?
Yeah. See you.
Bye.
Bye.